Welcome to Scrpyard. I'm your host, BC.
Rabuko here.
Dreamer Girl.
And as you can see, we have a very light cast tonight.
Well, I tried to get in touch with Bricks, but of course he's probably ignoring me.
Anyway, so tonight's topic of conversation isn't even a conversation piece. It's another Q&A! So any and all questions that you guys may or may not have, by all means, go ahead and ask. And tonight's scrap battle is Wolverine versus Scorpion. Specifically Mortal Kombat Scorpion. So this is going to be fun.
I'm telling you guys right now, I don't care who wins. I want bloodshed.
Blood.
Hello, Ink.
Howdy, Ink.
Hello.
So explain what's going on here to you real quick, Ink. It's a Q&A style episode tonight. So any and all questions you may or may not have, this is your opportunity to ask them and we will answer. But to also make sure that things are actually active within the group as well, we're going to ask each other questions as well to see what makes each other tick. So whoever wants to go ahead and start, you are more than welcome to do so.
Aren't you forgetting something?
I was wondering.
Figure of the fourth book of the week.
Yeah, what's the one thing I currently don't have access to right now?
You can hold up beam.
Oh, fine. I guess we're doing figure appreciation of the week. So, sorry, Dreamer. You gotta go first.
Well, as we know, I don't have a figure, but I have a book. I'm reading a book called Meet Me at the Lake. It's a romance. I know. Shock. I only just started it. I don't know if it's any good.
And Rabuko!
My figure of the week is the Fans Happy Requiem Blaster.
Nice.
And out of the 3 original weapon teams from Armada, this was the only one I ever owned.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. Anyway, so my figure appreciation of the week, I guess. I don't think I fully showed this off. But my figure appreciation of the week is Evo Sideburn Prime. There we go. So, any and all questions that everybody has, now is your time to ask them, but you must specify who they are towards. If it's the entire panel, say entire panel. If it's one specific person on said panel, specify this question is for Rabuko. This question is for Dreamer.
Do, 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 do.
This question is for Rabuko.
Yes.
Would you like to explain the origin of how you got that name?
Let me get the popcorn ready.
I blame this fucker. Because of the monkey Suko from Godzilla X Kong. You hairy bastard.
I mean...
Figure appreciation, Blocky's Galaxy version Grimlock. Went to my local Newberry Comics since they were carrying Blocky's stuff. And you actually get to trade figures. I traded Smokescreen for Grimlock. Worth it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm after Blockies, but I'm after specifically the ones for Transformers 1, and the ones I'm after for Transformers 1 are the Cogged. or the cogless. Because yeah, the scale wise they actually match up really well. Give it
Okay.
now.
Bumblebee.
And okay, so anyways, Ink, you got any questions for anybody, or you just gonna you just gonna poke fun at us in the comment section?
I mean, questions, comments, soliloquies.
Okay, so I asked for Buko a question. He answered it. So.
Okay. I got a question for Dreamer.
What's that?
Can you recall the one book that really just blew your mind?
Like recently, or like in like total?
In total, like the one book that just caught you by surprise.
See, I don't have just one. I have two actually. Is that weird?
No, go ahead.
So one of them is one I read a couple of years ago called "I Have Some Questions for You" by Rebecca Mackay. It was like a thriller mystery that I swore I thought I knew who did it. And then when I found out who did it at the end, I was very confused as to how that happened. And so I keep going and rereading it to figure out where did I miss it. And I still can't figure it out. And then the one I read this last, at the beginning of the month, which was, let me get that, because I keep track of all my books. Of course I do. And that was, that would have been The Lake of Lost Girls by Catherine Green. That ending blew my mind. And when I shared it with these two, they were just as mind blown as I was. So I would say those were the two that have completely blown my mind.
Alrighty.
Now, I have a question for BC. So, what are your top 5 worst, like, can't believe that you bought it figures ever?
Oh, we get to see the misery in his eyes.
Sorry.
For once, somebody else is in the fetal position.
I can't hit nobody. Help me. So first things first. When I was one of them is for my how do I put this? So one is specifically from a list I did a long time ago. X-Transbots Arcos. It was X-Transbots take on Beachcomber. Robuco should remember that one because either he remembers when I did it right in front of him, or if he actually watched the video, he would know. I literally picked that figure up and I barely tilted it back and forth, and its knees just went.
Must have been a long time ago because I can't remember that.
If this would have been like a $20, $30 figure, I wouldn't have been so mad. That thing costed me $80. At $80, no, absolutely not. So that's one. Ooh. No, screw it. I'm gonna say it. Number 2, Legacy United Soundwave. I paid
Knew that was going to be there.
$50 for Buzzsaw. So, figure number 3, MPO9 Rodimus Prime.
I can't really say much about I think it was the Toys R Us exclusive.
Yeah, that thing is just. Number 2, MP Tracks. He's really not good. He's really not. He's so bad. He's so bad.
I should know. I have it now.
But if there's one that I can genuinely say is number 1, this figure was so bad that I literally allowed Aladar to rip it in half.
That must have been bad.
I'm surprised you're sitting here in pure confusion because my number 1 toy that I genuinely hate with every fiber of my being is Masterpiece Hound.
I knew it was bad. I just didn't know you let him do that.
Rob, let me ask you this. Have you ever had a figure crack while just standing there?
Yes.
Have you ever had a figure break by existing?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a figure crumble to dust because you breathed on it wrong? Take that and amplify it by 10, and that's MP Hound.
Hmm.
And you wonder why I replaced it with the Fans Toys one, which is leaps and bounds better in every way, and I don't want to hear any arguments about it. Which I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, Bobby Skullface. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's just a joke. It's just a joke. Don't clip that, please. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, there's the 5 figures. Now let's go ahead and address this. Question for Rabuko and BC. If you could only own one TF figure, who would it be and why? The original Lionel Convoy, you already know why.
Oh.
He's like, I've said what I've said. Mic drop.
Okay, I got one. The OG God Jinrai set.
If I had to guess, it's because you never had the original set.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, question for Dreamer.
Okay.
If you could start getting into collecting toy lines, what would you start collecting?
Probably either like older Transformers or like Gundam figures.
Figures or model kits?
Either or.
So you would actually be willing to give model building a try?
I mean, it'd probably look like shit, but I
does pineapple belong on pizza? No.
Yes.
Shut up. Shut up. Dreamer, bless his heart, please.
Okay. I mean, if I really have to.
I can't hit him. Please.
Okay. Bless your heart, Rob.
Why does it smell like a unseen British guy just shit himself?
Because I know for a fact that he's had his cheese fries and his pizza today.
Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions? I mean, I've got plenty.
I mean, I have some.
Okay, go ahead and ask one.
So Rob, since you've now gotten into reading things to me, is there any like place that you would want to go look for a book other than a Target or a Walmart?
Honestly, if the place has a good enough book selection, I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a shot.
Because I would recommend going and checking out a Half Price Books, and you'll be amazed with what you go find.
The only reason why this is being brought up is because of earlier today.
And I meant for him, not for you.
Literally, the major reason why that was said from me was because Dreamer down here, while we were all on a Facebook call with Rabuko over here, he kept insisting that he look for a book for me, and I'm going, it's never gonna get read. What are you doing? But she's insistent. He keeps insisting.
Can't help it.
And no, that does not count.
I didn't think it did because I haven't done anything to warrant, abuse.
Yeah. The big one. It's a yet. The day where it finally happens, she's gonna look so confused, like, oh, is this my moment? Oh my goodness, I didn't think this was actually gonna You know, BC, you don't hit as hard as you think you do.
I don't know. I've been told I have anvils for fists.
Please don't remind me of that. Please don't remind me of that.
You could just have me punch people for you. It'll be fine.
No. I'll be fine.
I meant when you're done. And you're ready to, initiate your wrath on everybody.
Oh my.
You can just borrow my anvil hands. It'll be great. I'll make sure I'm wearing my rings. It'll be great.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait until February.
2 more weeks.
It will feel. Anyways, Rabuko, what is a toy line you want to start collecting? And I'm talking like dive headfirst into it, not one every so often. Like I'm talking, okay, the line just dropped. I'm getting every single figure within the first wave, and then as soon as the second wave is announced, I'm going to start budgeting for that.
Oof. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Age of the Primes.
I didn't specify it had to be outside of Transformers, so screw it. I'll take it.
Because I'm not going to lie. A lot of the figures announced, I see so much custom potential in them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Including the Primes, which I already have my own plans for.
So I have a question for both BC and Rabuko.
Uh-huh.
So what is your favorite anime that you've watched?
Ooh. Oh. I'm letting him answer first because I have a feeling my answer is going to be very controversial. Especially given how I am generally as a person, this might come as a shock for some people.
You're gonna have to give me a second because I might actually have it.
I mean, because I know what mine is.
If memory's going to be right, yours is Evangelion.
It's up there.
Okay.
My favorite is actually Gundam Wing.
I should have gone for it.
I mean, if I would have to say though, Neon Genesis Evangelion is like a top like contender, like obviously. And then I love Trigun. Love me a good Vash the Stampede.
So it's funny you mentioned. Funny all this is being mentioned. There is going to be a new Gundam anime being made, and it's being made by the same guy who did Evangelion.
That is going to be sick.
And we already had we've already seen what the main mobile suit is going to look like, and I'm not a big fan of it personally, but I'm pretty sure if I were to show it to everybody, y'all might have a different opinion from me.
And I feel like it could be interesting, see what else he can do, like with Gundam. I'd be curious. I mean, do I think it's going to be like, earth-shattering like Evangelion? I'm very picky about anime.
It's going to be, it's probably going to be just as depressing as it.
I mean, he did have depression when he wrote Evangelion. So did you find it?
Yeah.
What is it? That is a good one.
So my favorite, and just within recent memory, I have seen a lot more anime, so I can definitely say this with a lot more confidence. My favorite anime so far to this day is still Seven Deadly Sins. I love it.
I don't think I've seen
I love it. I don't know what it is about that entire anime. It's stupid campiness, and I love it so much.
That and the opening is a bop.
The question is it better than Cruel Angel's Thesis?
I don't know, man. My Hero Academia has some pretty. My Hero Academia has some pretty banger openings, but at the same time, nothing goes harder than "Let me tell you."
I mean, this is a catchy little song, and then Just Communication from
Yeah, Just
Gundam
Communication
Wing.
from Gundam Wing. That's a really good one.
It's a bop.
The opening to Build Fighters Try, though.
Yes. And then
Trigun.
Trigun has one of the most amazing openings. It's literally just a guitar riff. It's literally just like a guitar riff.
Okay. Well, that just fueled my question for everybody.
What's that?
Name the best opening for an anime.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
That's like impossible. Oh my god.
I got one.
I mean, I have a few.
The opening to Gundam Build Fighters Try for me. Sorry.
8th MS Team has a pretty bop, opening.
Yeah, 8th MS Team is definitely a good one as well. But for me, I'm trying to remember.
How about this? To make it easier on you, doesn't matter the type of mood you're in, whenever you hear it, you just bop like a motherfucker.
Oh my god, it's still hard.
I'll give you one better. It's one that every single time I hear it, I feel like going to war. Goro no Yumiya. For those who do not know, that is the opening to the first half of Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
See, I wasn't a fan of it.
The only good opening.
This is going to sound very controversial, but I was not a fan of Attack on Titan. I just couldn't get into it.
See, I really liked the first couple halves of like I was a big fan of season 1 of Attack on Titan at first. And then I went back and I rewatched it. And within seconds I started
It's
hating it.
ass. It is complete ass, in my opinion. Like it had this like great potential, and then literally whoever just made it.
My wife's a fan. My wife is a fan, so I don't talk as much shit about it as I probably should be.
I just feel like
But
it had potential.
we need to do an entire anime based on Bean.
Would it be a happy anime or an angry anime? About
It
a
would be
doggy?
an anime all about world domination.
No, it'd be
I got
about
a question for you.
No, I know what it would be about. It would be about a doggy overlord who dreams about taking over the world.
But is forced to live with a couple of people where one is a podcaster, the other is a restaurant worker.
So I'm trying to think. Like I would say a song that like I hear that's an anime that's a bop. That's like so hard because I've watched so much anime.
Well, he's got another question. So
No, it was just about the Bean anime. How many times an episode is he going to shit on your bed?
yes,
I would say probably either Just Communication from Gundam Wing or Cruel Angel's Thesis. Those are
so it's
like
funny because now I have a question that's entirely based around anime.
what's that?
How opposed would this group be to a Scrapyard anime?
I mean, as long as the plot was good. And we had a banger, theme song.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if our theme song is lame, then no. But then the question comes around, do we want a
We'll be
theme
right
song?
back.
Ruh-roh. Let's see if I've heard from Bricks. Because I messaged him. No.
Okay, so while we're waiting, Dreamer, I got a question for you.
What's that?
What is one game that no matter how many times you play it or how old it is, each time you play it, you get a blast out of?
I'd say like if it's a newer game, it'd be like Persona 5 because that's within the last like 7 years, 8 years. Like older one, obviously Super Smash Brothers. What about you? Reverse that one.
Ooh.
BC
Honestly,
and
because
Rob, have you ever had a figure you genuinely loved but broke on you? For me, Legacy Armada Optimus Prime. That thing broke on the left knee skin. I don't want to play with you anymore. So
let
it's
me
funny you
answer her
mention that.
question first before I answer that. Honestly, because it's probably my favorite of the series, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes.
That is a bop.
Yep.
And now, what was the question?
BC and Rob, have you ever had a figure you genuinely loved but broke on you? For me, Legacy Armada Optimus Prime. That thing broke on the left knee skin. I don't want to play with you anymore.
That's actually kind of... I'd actually have to say, because I'm on my second copy of Legacy Armada Optimus, because one of the panels that covers the combined mode hand snapped off.
I just heard Cruel Angel's thesis while you were moving it around. Like an angel. I'm sorry. It was just the way that you were moving it, and it was like, I'm sorry. Don't hit me. That was not intentional.
No, but it was funny. I'll let it slide because it was funny.
Okay.
You're a little bit.
Okay, then I'll ask you, BC, the question me and Dreamer bounced off each other.
Just a second. Mebius is in here.
Three, 2, 1. BBS. 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 BBS.
Okay, so the question me and Dreamer bounced off each other. What is one game that, no matter how old it is or how often you play it, which game is always a bop for you?
Darksiders, anyways.
Okay.
Love how he wasn't even fazed by my answer.
No, because I can't blame you. Those games are a bop.
Although the Spider-Man games, I gotta admit, after playing them for the first time in a couple of years now, they pretty good. They're pretty good.
I have to agree. They're amazing. I love how, even the like side missions, like sometimes I get annoyed by side missions, but I oddly enough did not get annoyed by Spider-Man side missions. But Hogwarts Legacy
I'd have to agree.
The Hogwarts Legacy ones, those pissed me off. Like half the time I was like, what is the point of this damn mission other than to get stupid, points? And it's like, you don't even give me enough points to make it worth me doing this. So why am I doing this? But yet in Spider-Man, I'm like, these are actually kind of enjoyable. Especially when you're looking for backpacks. So okay. Rob, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What is the game that had, other than Hogwarts Legacy, that had the worst side quests?
Oh.
That you played?
I mean, I think side quests are trash anyway, so.
But like, that had the worst ones, though.
No, I'm saying like just in general, I don't like side quests.
Okay. I'm probably going to get shot for this one. The side quests in Skyrim.
He looks like you shot his leg. No, you can't. You can't do it. You can't do it, Josh.
Boy, I'm the weapon. I'm screwed either way.
I mean, should I count that one, or like I'm gonna not, because you're gonna get.
I'm the weapon.
Anyway.
I'm getting hurt regardless. It makes no difference to me.
And I'm mad because Brix isn't here, and he would have already been gotten punched like 5 times almost. I'm like so mad. I'm gonna get him because I can punch him. There's no rule that says I can't.
Okay, so everybody in the comment section, here's my question to you: should Dreamer be allowed to hit people?
Yes.
I said chat. I said comment section. You're not in the comment section.
He can be. Do it.
By all means, Dreamer, do it. I dare you.
I'll punch bricks if I want to. There's no rule that says I can't. But hey, if you want me to hit him for you, I will.
Prove your loyalty then. Hit him.
Okay.
How'd
I think
that
my
one
brain
feel?
bounced in my skull.
Well, you have a brain?
I mean, he can read.
True.
Unlike you.
He said it, not me. Don't hurt me. Excellent.
Dreamer.
What's that?
Will it count as a loss of the challenge if I picked him up and used him as a weapon right now?
Yes,
Damn it.
but I can.
Do it.
Okay, ankle. Throw.
It just dies.
See, there you go. Resuscitates.
Also, love how the one night no one wants to come on is the night Mebius is back.
That's so rude. We should, Rob, you should message them and say that they're missing Mebius.
Just simply say, guys, Mebius is back.
And tell them that they're rude. It's like, how rude.
How rude.
How rude.
Okay. So, aside from the things that everybody knows for a fact that we are heavily into, what are some things, and this is to everybody, what is a specific nerd culture that no one knows you're a big fan of?
Boy Meets World.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Mebius. When BC calls for a motherfucking roll call, you best show up.
So I would say that my fandom is Boy Meets World.
I kind of figured that one with you, though.
Boy Meets World. I mean, the Feeny call is just iconic.
I feel like mine may actually legitimately shock some people, but then when I explain why, it'll tug on some heartstrings, but also make you go, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. Because we know you're to an extent a Marvel fan. We know you're to an extent a DC fan. We know you're a Transformers fan. We especially know you're a Godzilla fan. Basically, you're big on Tokusatsu as a whole. What's something that you have always been heavily into that even I didn't know?
Honestly, I have to think on that one.
Is there smoke coming out of your ears?
It's coming out of some hole.
Do you need a fan? We could send that to, where Bees is.
Hmm.
Do 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 do.
I'm seriously drawing a blank here.
Yeah, it's all over his face. He's going, well, wait, hold on. There's this one. Nah, he knows about that one.
Yeah.
Nah, he knows about that one too.
Um.
I know what a British person would say. Bluey.
Okay. Actually, I got one. I like watching British crime shows.
I could see that. Because I mean, your sister knows how to hide a body, so I mean, it would make sense that you watch crime shows.
Well, me and my grandma, we watch more British crime shows than normal TV these days.
I mean, they are pretty fantastic. And what is yours, BC?
So let me be clear with this one when I say there's a very personal reason as to why I'm a massive fan of this one. My answer to this question, quite simply, is The Nanny.
Ooh.
Would not peg you for a Nanny fan.
And the reason why I'm such a huge fan of The Nanny, it has nothing to do with one random night I came across it and I went, ooh. This actually kind of has some massive ties to my childhood. Where when my grandmother was around, I used to watch TV with her a lot. And one of her favorite shows at that time was The Nanny. And here's little BC, oblivious as all hell, bouncing on her knee, looking at the TV while her dumb little laugh was making everybody cackle. And I'm just sitting there like, he's got a funny laugh.
I mean, I would say I like Doctor Who as well. And now Doctor Who kind of like hits differently.
So, and imagine how that show hits me now when I was 7 years old, she died.
That would be hard, but it would give you kind of warm and fuzzy feelings.
Every time I watch that show, the only thing that comes to my brain is those memories of me bouncing on her knee. I miss those days.
You know, I was seeing where Mebius was talking about Doctor Who. Doctor Who hits differently now because my dad was a fan of Doctor Who back in the day, and I liked it too. And it was like probably the one thing in like my 20s that we could actually have like a genuine conversation and like not, strangle each other. And so now, like with him gone, I miss those conversations. And he'd always say that Tom Baker's Doctor Who was better. And I'd be like, no. And
So
then we just have all these discussions.
So Ink said Beyblade.
Beyblade's a good one.
Honestly, I never would have pegged Ink to be a fan of Beyblade, which is honestly pretty cool.
Heartstrings there.
I mean, I remember watching Beyblade.
Okay, so that's actually a really good although that does kind of bring up another question, but I'm going to let somebody else ask one before I get to it.
So Rob, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What is something from your childhood that when you think back, it gives you a warm and fuzzy feeling? You know, like a show, a figure, something.
Before you answer that real quick, if there is any questions that under any circumstances is just way too personal for you, you have a right to veto it.
Yes.
However, you cannot simply use a veto if you can't think of an answer. Because that's mean.
Yes.
Damn.
It could even be like a video game. Just like anything that, like, when you think back, it just makes it's a warm and fuzzy feeling.
A lighter moment. Me and my sister just playing Injustice 2 for hours on end against each other. It's one of the few moments I'm glad I still remember.
Because mine would be watching my dad play Ultraman every night before bed.
You want to know what my favorite moments are?
What?
Playing Crash Bandicoot with my sister.
That's a good game.
And the reason why is because many, many years ago, she and I used to tag team on Crash Bandicoot, and we would never get anywhere near where we would want to be because we would always die right at the end. But of course, stubborn. So every single time we would die like that, we would just start the whole game over. And like that's also bearing in mind we didn't have a memory card.
Uh-oh.
So if you didn't have a memory card and you couldn't save your progress, guess what? You got the game over. That's it. You're done. So imagine me being the stubborn jackass that I am. During times when she wouldn't be home, I would pop the game in and I'd play on my own. I became so ridiculously good at making those jumps to the point where when it was my sister's turn to play finally, when we finally got together, we sat down, popped everything up, like set everything up, popped the game in, and just started playing like normal. He died. She passed it over to me. I was going level after 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 level. And when I finally died and I handed it over to her, she looked at me, looked at the screen, looked back at me, and went, "Give me that damn controller. I get like 10 deaths. You only get one. This is bullshit." And from that moment onward, there's only one thing that people know me as when it comes to platformers. I am the god of platformers. If you put a platformer in front of me, like where it's strictly platforming, none of that extra, like none of those where it's a game that happens to have platforming. I'm looking right at you, Julian. But no, when it comes to platforming games as a whole, the way I bounce from game to game and I make those jumps look so ridiculously easy, it reached a point where my aunt and uncle, they would, instead of inviting me over for the weekends so we could all play a game and have fun, it turned into they invite me over for the weekend because they need me to beat a game. Because I was that good. Like I was hit.
So would you say you're platform Jesus now?
I am platform God. And as far as you're concerned, I'm also soul count God.
I mean, going on that, my brother and I used to play video games all the time. And we were playing this game called Xenosaga on the PlayStation 2. And my brother got so mad that he like threw the controller and he was just like cussing up a storm. And I was like, "Can I try?"
No.
And so I
No.
watched him fail so many times. And I was just like, I wonder if I did this, what would happen? And then I like destroyed the boss. And my brother was so pissed. And I'm just sitting there thinking, beginner's luck?
It ain't my fault, you stupid.
I was like, I'd watched him die like probably like 50 times. And I was just like, I watched how, and see, you can ask bees. I sit and I like study how bosses operate. And then I like see like if I make a mistake and I die, like what did I do wrong? And then I don't repeat it again. And then I figure it out. And my brother was talking about this the other day. He's like, how did you do that? To this day, I still don't know how you did that. And I was like, I don't know.
Bro, I just picked up the controller and I did a thing and I ended up winning.
And so he got so mad after this. I remember he like stormed off. And then my mom was like really mad and was like, stop taking your brother's games. And I'm like, I didn't. I just won.
No, exactly. Nah, ma. He was just mad that I was better than him.
And Xenosaga is like a Japanese role-playing game, and it's like you have to figure out puzzles, and you have to like figure out like the best party to use. It's kind of like Persona in a way, Rob, like Rabuko. It's like very similar to that. You just have to figure out the best party. And I'm sorry, but I figured out the best party, and he didn't. Like, sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, but not sorry.
No, I'm really not, because I crushed his soul. That's what I did.
And to this day, he still doesn't know how you did it.
No.
This is when I would have been a smug some bitch that I learned not to do what you did, dumbass.
I didn't want to crush his soul that badly, because I already did.
You should have.
But see, now I feel like if I do it, it's like there's no satisfaction, because we don't have the game. So I mean, I can't like say it like that anymore.
Well, what was the game?
Xenosaga.
Oh yeah,
Xenosaga on the PlayStation 2. We still have our PlayStation 2, which is crazy, and it still works.
you don't have Xenosaga anymore.
I don't know where it is. My brother might have gotten rid of it because I don't remember getting rid of it.
Well, if it turns out he did get rid of it, we know why.
Yeah, because he was salty.
Exactly. Because he was salty that he wasn't the one that beat the boss.
That's like the greatest thing. You crushed his soul. Maybe I did.
Okay. I got a question.
What's that?
I'm pretty sure I've asked this maybe once before, but I can't remember. What's a transformer you want an updated figure for?
Okay, so this is mainly just going to be me in the comment section. And if there's any specific character that I want, I genuinely don't think I have an answer for this one. I mean, there's so many characters that I would love to see finally get an updated Wind Charger. I want a fucking Wind Charger! Give me a fucking Wind Charger!
Take a breath. Center. Picture a happy place.
Happiness. Inner peace.
Stop picturing the gorilla belly button.
Father may not be able to hit you, but I can. Can hit him?
I mean, technically, it's not you. I mean, it's a gray area. It was technically not in the contract. So, I mean, technically, it's him hitting and not you. So, I mean, it's technically not in the contract.
Anyways,
So I have one for you two.
Okay.
So, who is your favorite Power Rangers?
okay, so
Series or character?
Both.
before we get to that, Beast Wars Neo did not have a Megatron, sir. You're talking about Beast Wars the second. And Ink disconnected again. By the way, Ink, I'm going to remind you again. Bear in mind, I'm allowed to hit the comment section too. So, be fearful. Be very fearful.
Okay.
You are mine, Lord Ink.
To answer Dreamer's question here, my favorite series, Power Rangers Mystic Force.
My favorite series, Wild Force.
And now that we pick a specific character from that show, ooh,
So we're talking specifically from our favorite season, or
Maybe just
all
like in
across the
general,
saga?
like all across the board. Who is your favorite character all across the board?
RJ.
yeah, I can't disagree with you on that one.
The level of swagger he has as he's whooping your ass.
I mean, I don't
And that
know.
was before he revealed himself as a Ranger.
I mean, mine is
Yeah, I
always
can give you the challenge
Tommy.
you're looking for.
Mine was always Tommy is my favorite. Just can't. And then like my favorite like show of all time. I mean, I'm kind of like an old school person, so I'd say Mighty Morphin.
I'm putting a rule on your question. You cannot just immediately say Mighty Morphin because that's the typical answer.
But see, like I would say like it's either that or I loved Zeo. Like Zeo was good. But I like Mighty Morphin.
Not a lot of people say Zeo.
See, I like Zeo. But I also like Turbo. Turbo's another good one.
Okay, now I've got a question for everyone here and comment section, specifically Ink and Mebius. Y'all better be paying attention to this one because your answers are going to be very important for this. Should BC finally stop beating around the bush and take this as an opportunity to announce some projects that these two are a massive part of?
I mean, I'd say sure, why not?
My honest opinion, balls to the wall, homie.
Okay, so Ink and Mebius, do you guys want to hear about some projects that BC has coming to possibly get you hyped up? Because this is basically going to be like my last question. Because as soon as like this question is done, I'm putting a kibosh on questions as a whole, and we're moving into scrap battle. Okay, so I've got something for Power Rangers personal project and Transformers related. I have one for all three. So I will go ahead and give some updates on the Transformers one because that one has been basically been living and dying, and living again and dying again on my channel since like 2013, 2014, give or take. It's called Transformers Evolutions. It's something I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time. Rabuko is probably the one that's known about it the longest. And it's a passion project I've always had, which, shock of shocks, he's the main character. And there's only one major, and I mean major update to that I think everybody would absolutely adore the possibility of hearing about. It has to do with Wally Winger. For those who don't know him, he's the original voice actor for Sideburn in Robots in Disguise 2001. Is this me announcing he's going to star in this? No, he's not. It makes me sad, but it is what it is. However, he did do something that, honestly, I'm still processing to this day. He gave me his blessing to be Sideburn. Like, I don't know if it's because he recognized my love for the character, or if he is genuinely flattered at the fact that he made one kid fall in love with the character so much that when he grew up, he had the idea for a story that had him as the starring character. Like, I don't know what his reasoning is. All I know is I had the Instagram message to prove it. He passed the torch to me. So, in a technical sense, I'm officially Sideburn now. Yeah, if that doesn't get me to really pump in the work to get this out, I don't know what will at this point. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go talk to the wifey about how I'm gonna get this all set up. But that's besides the point. The next thing up is the Power Rangers thing that I've been working on for a hot little minute. So Power Rangers wise, I have been working on something called Power Rangers Multiverse. Now, Power Rangers Multiverse is something that he knows a little bit about it. Rabuko knows plenty about it. Are you a part of that one too, or am I forgetting?
I think so, but we don't talk about it as much.
So we'll have to link back up on that one then and
Yeah.
find out, because I could have sworn you were, but I can't remember.
I think, like I said, I think I was.
I think we were in talks with it, but we never went further.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then yeah, I'll get back to you on that one then. So here is the big update for this, or at least a big channel announcement for it. Haven't there ever been talks a show called Multiverse of Power Rangers? If there was, I've never heard about it till now, but as far as I'm concerned, I am doing one that is called Multiverse. And the entire idea of it is you see my face, you see Rabuko's face. The whole entire idea of it, it's us as Power Rangers. We're all across the multiverse. It's different stories being told in different time frames with different ideas where we are the main characters. Now, of course, like, do I take bits and pieces of actual people's personalities to create some of these characters? Yes, which is why I have a sign-up sheet for it. But then, like, there's a bit of a catch to it. I am the one that ultimately, since I am the one doing the writing for it, I am the one that has creational control over what happens to the characters. And like, I make that one abundantly clear to everybody that signs up. Just because it says so on the bio does not mean I'm going to use it full force. Meaning, if there's anything within your character's personality traits that simply will not work out, then I'm just not going to use it. It's plain and simple. Like, I have to be able to tell a story. And if I can't tell a story because I'm trying to ride on the coattails of all these little parameters that were written about these characters, it makes it very difficult for me. So yeah, it's literally a case of you give me the bio that I can use as a guideline, and like I'm gonna do my absolute best to get as close to accurate to the descriptions you gave me. Like I'm not just gonna take the entire thing and just toss it out the window, take the things that are necessary and then apply it and then go. But the whole idea of this is basically these are characters that are based on actual people that I know personally, as well as myself, where these stories are heavily exaggerated for the sake of telling a story. And it's part of a heavily interconnected universe that I am putting together. Which is where I lead into the live action announcement. Something that I have been doing since I was a boy. It is my own personal response to Marvel and DC. It's an entire universe filled with superpowered characters that I have been working tirelessly on for many, many years, more so recently than before. And I wanted to go ahead and at least talk to you guys about this a little bit because a lot is going down with that series because that is basically the backbone for all of my storytelling. That is the one that has all the meat and potatoes. So if you guys want me to do like a script reading for one of the films, I'm open to it. And I know for a fact this one would love that as well. Now, if it seems like I'm being vague with the last one, I'm kind of doing that on purpose because I want you guys to witness what I have cooking for yourselves. So yeah, that's basically everything I have for you guys. So is that it? Is there any last second questions that are quick to answer before we move on?
Actually, I'm going to segue off that for one of my custom project I'm working on. Part of his live action thing that we've got going, I'm taking at least the primes from the Age of the Prime toy line, and I'm making them into the characters from that universe.
So basically, it's cropped over versions of those live action characters.
That's it. I'm done.
Okay. Dreamer, any last second questions before we get into the scribe battle?
No.
Okay, well, questions are cut off now. We are done with that, and we are moving on to what is very quickly actually starting to become people's favorite segment, scribe battle. Wolverine versus Scorpion. Probably should have specified that was going to be Mortal Kombat Scorpion, but whatever. All right, let's get into this. So it is Wolverine versus Scorpion, endurance, strength, speed, armor and weapons, battle intelligence, final verdict. Let's get started. Endurance wise, by a landslide, Wolverine is taking it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like just that one, there's no question. So yeah, that one we can definitely go ahead and just say that. Strength wise, I'm also beyond willing to say, yeah, no doubt. This is definitely going to Wolverine. But strength of giving to Wolverine. Speed, I'm giving to Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Okay, so with that said, so at that point, we're the real question, the real debate for this is for the armor and weapons. So, while granted, Wolverine technically has better armor because he can take a lot more punishment.
His only real weapon
Is the claws.
Is the claws.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm kind of willing to tie them out on this one
I would be too.
Yeah, that's basically what I was gonna say.
because even though Wolverine has the adamantium skeleton, basically his armor, Scorpion has more weapon choices.
Yes. So for this specific battle, I'm definitely giving it, or for this specific point, I'm definitely saying tie them across the board. But where it gets interesting is the battle intelligence, because in a sense, they're very even here as well.
I would tie him out.
This has got to be the fastest we've ever gone through the analysis part of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. Well, yeah, no kidding. I got to agree with Dreamer. I'm more inclined to balance the timeout on this one too.
So then at this point, I guess we're just going to have to leave it up to final verdict. Who do we genuinely think is actually going to win this?
And we're forced to choose one.
Yeah, we're forced to choose one. We cannot tie anybody. We cannot tie it for the sake of not wanting to.
That's hard.
Oh yeah.
It's like really hard.
And for the record, since we literally flew through it, I'm just not going to bother with the story half of it. I'm just not going to bother. I'm just going to say straight up, here's who wins.
Make up your own story.
Yeah, make up your own story. We're done. Especially since next week's scrap battle is going to be a lot more fun. Anyway, so yeah.
I'm not
final
going to see.
verdict.
Oh yeah.
I hear a Luke.
You mean a little dreamer?
Oh, Little Dreamer. Sorry.
Yeah, he's bothering Mr. Dreamer. He wants another smoothie because he's sick. Poor guy. The poor kid has the viral pink eye and an upper respiratory. And I'm laughing because he will only eat smoothies. And I'm like, kid.
That's not how this works.
Like, you better be thankful that you're cute. And we got Battle Hornet is here.
Hey! What's up, dude? Unfortunately, you missed the Q&A portion, but we're actually about to go into final verdict for Scrap Battle.
We're having a hard time. We're having to debate this.
Which is super funny because, again, this is the fastest we've ever gone through the analysis portion of it.
I mean, like, I would like to say Scorpion, but the other part of me is like Wolverine. And then it's like, I feel like I'm very divided.
Yeah.
Okay, then here's what we're going to do. Yeah. Pick one.
Right.
You pick Wolverine. Muko, final verdict. Who are you picking?
You look like you're having the same conundrum I was.
This is going to be a knuckle drag out fight to the end. But I'm going to have to give it to my boy Scorpion. So
He's debating. He's
So-
watching the fight in his brain.
I'm sorry, Rabuko. I'm so sorry. But if my final verdict is the one that genuinely decides who wins, I'm with Wolverine all day. I'm sorry, Scorpion would not win that fight.
yeah, like I said from the beginning, it was
so
one I just
hard.
wanted to see the bloodshed.
It's
Yeah.
so hard because like you're sitting here and you're like, you're watching this and you're watching that they're like evenly matched in certain parts, and you're just like in my head, I'm like sitting watching this, and that's why I was like,
And all it would take is that one split second decision.
that would like, or 1 second where like they blink.
Yeah,
and it
but
could cost them.
But even then, realistically, let me ask you guys this. Does Scorpion actually have a way to put Wolverine down? He doesn't. That is why all day Wolverine wins. Wolverine has plenty of ways he could put Scorpion down. Scorpion does not have any surefire ways to put Wolverine down. So that's why I ultimately say, for sure, it would be, if it was a fight between these two, Wolverine would win. Now, guys, start checking your GameStop locations. I just bought Ape Link and Core Starscream. I mean, I'm not after live action on my own terms, but good eyeing. I'm ready to beanie.
I voiced this so many times. I'm gonna keep saying it. Ape Link, not superior monkey. This superior monkey.
But it looks like it's taking a shit.
Battle Hornet. I already have Ramjet, but thanks for the lookout nonetheless. My copy of Missing Link. My copy of Missing Link Bumblebee arrived from BBTS on Tuesday, and I like it a lot. The Missing Link line is one of those things where I appreciate it conceptually, but I cannot justify it for my own personal collection. I just can't do it. They look way, way too doofy. And again, like, that's part of their charm. I more than understand that. I just personally cannot justify owning those toys when I personally don't like their aesthetic.
I mean, that makes sense. And Rabuko, you walked into the one where I had to say it. Like I had to.
Say what?
When he was showing Optimus Primal. I had to.
Yeah, you kind of walked into that one, homeboy.
I had to. If I didn't, then my joke would be for nothing.
For those who don't know, Battle Hornet is a big Bumblebee fan.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Or as Little Dreamer calls it, Bumblebee.
Wrong with that. Calling yourself.
I mean, or as, Little Dreamer calls Bumblebee, Bunglebee. And it kills Rabuko every time.
It's not because it just said wrong. He makes it sound so fucking adorable.
And then he smiles every time he says it.
It cracks me up.
Hey guys.
Every
Hey guys.
single
Hey guys.
time.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Bumblebee!
And he's so funny. He now will say, instead of Optimus, he says Optimus. And then he says Optimus Prime.
Prime.
Prime. I'm like sitting there going, okay, child.
Venomous. And speaking of Primal, I have Samurai Primal now.
Does he take a shit too?
Yes.
I see what you're doing there, Battle Hornet. I see what you're doing there. So I'm just gonna take this as an opportunity to announce this, since he kind of did it for me. Yeah, he's Bumblebee in Evolutions. So yeah, Bumblebee is in Evolutions. Battle Hornet is voicing him, and trust me when I say, oh, he's gonna rock that role. Oh, he was going to rock it. Man, I would love. Honestly, I would love to have you in here, but
La la la.
Dun, 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 dun,
Except if you hear that, you better be like running.
No. The only time anyone in here needs to be running is if Valhalla Calling is
I don't
playing.
know. If Cruel Angel's Thesis starts playing, either run or back away slowly.
No, see, if Cruel Angel's Thesis is playing, at that point, you have to question what you did to deserve what is coming to you before you run. If you hear Valhalla Calling, you just run. There's no thinking. There's no talking. There's no contemplating. There's just running and hoping and praying that you're going to get away.
I have one question.
Satellite radio, digital cable brings you public broadcasting system.
I have a question.
What's that?
If people are hearing Cruel Angel's Thesis, should they be running faster than Shinji?
I mean, he has lots of practice. I mean, considering his inner mantra is I mustn't run away, I mustn't run away, I mustn't run away, because he's a little pussy.
Pussy ass. Bitch.
Man. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
Beanie has that question.
What's your question, Beanie?
Who is this Shinji and why is he such a bitch?
Because he's a pussy.
And you clearly have more balls than him.
Yeah.
You want to repeat that one more time, bitch?
I say, you have more balls than Shinji. It's a compliment.
Stop pointing out the fact that I don't have my fucking balls anymore. It's insensitive.
Well, neither does Shinji, but I mean... Except in, like, Death and Rebirth or, like, the end of Evangelion, like, him and Rei are supposed to, like, repopulate the world, and I'm sitting here going...
Let me tell you a cool
like, so does he have his Viagra already?
Through the window flying
when you said that, the only thing that came into my mind was that dried up mummy meme.
Yeah, it's basically Shinji. You're like laughter. It's good for the soul.
I haven't laughed this hard in a while.
See, you missed me last week. Just admit it. Just admit that y'all missed me last week.
Oh, I sure as hell did.
Ships on vigor in the waves are skimming, barren summers through the verdant.
Well, somebody's gonna die. I'm out of here.
Kicks Rabuko's door down. Throws him back onto the bed. I like the missing link line so far. I got CO1 Optimus Prime as my first figure from the line. Now I'm just waiting for pre-orders for CO4, Cliffjumper, and CO5 Sunstreaker. I'm more intrigued by how that what do you call it? I'm more intrigued by how the RC is going to turn out.
That is probably the one figure I'm curious the most about the line is the RC figure.
Yeah, that one's definitely got me intrigued. Because they plain as day went for her prototype toy colors, which I appreciate that immensely. But I can already tell I can already tell one specific mold is gonna have 2 repaints, maybe 3, right out the gate. So chances are, if they end up doing a Missing Link sound wave, we're gonna get a sound blaster out of it. If they do a Missing Link blaster, they're gonna do a twin cast.
You
So
want to
yeah,
know what something I just realized while looking at Samurai Primal here? This is my 6th figure in the Iron Samurai subline.
at this point, you may as well just get everything.
I'm kind of picky about that, honestly.
Robuko, there was a time where that would have saved you, but this time, bruh, you bought 6 of the fucking toys. Just collect a line at this point.
Like,
You're
for
already
example, the Ironhide figure. We all know it's being repainted as Ratchet. It don't work for Ratchet for me. I'm sorry. The only one who gets to be the living rolling barrel is Ironhide.
So if you just so happen to come across and grab Iron Factory Samurai Ratchet,
See, it wouldn't be as interesting to me because I already messed with the mold at some point. It's not going to be as fun or entertaining.
while I do believe you on that front, here's where I'm bringing it up. Knowing you, you're going to go into it going, well, I might as well try it out, and it's going to do something to you. And then you're going to end up coming to us and being all like, what has this thing done to me?
Well, for example, each of the figures I have, they're each a version of a mold. For example, this is Samurai Drift in the Age of Extinction colors.
Me personally,
Obviously, you can't tell because there's no window in the
box.
box. That's why I'm saying this one's Samurai Drift. This is basically Nemesis Leo as a demon. This is the Lockdown figure in the Age of Extinction colors.
Don't do it, BC. Don't do it, BC. Don't do it. Don't ruin your streak. You have made it 3 weeks. Even
But
the week I wasn't here.
So far, it's a toss-up between my favorite of the line, Primal.
Think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts.
And King Grimlock.
I don't know. That's talking, and that's like violence that I don't want to see.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
I can't blame you for that one. That was a good one.
But yeah, this I've been wanting. The Transform Element Wasp Tiger that is based off of T-Beast Bumblebee.
Oh. Isn't that the Bumblebee figure that turns into a tiger?
Yes.
Oh. The one that I want to get is the Sideswipe figure that turns into a ball.
Yeah, that one looks interesting.
Are they doing any more?
There's a lot of T-Beast designs, so you're gonna have to be like you're really gonna be working on it.
No, are they physically doing more? Is what I'm asking.
I don't know, and there's one specific T-Beast design that I want them to do so badly because I need to see it happen, and I'm so mad that no one has taken a crack at it yet because of what it's based on.
Should I know this?
There is one in there that is heavily based on Gundam Tryon 3.
Okay, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
They did TB's versions of Ekron, Prowl, and Sideburn based off of Gundam Tryon 3. And if anybody knows what the big thing is with Gundam Tryon 3 is, you'd know there is a reason I hate it. Although they never show it in the actual book.
Well, I know one figure Josh is gonna love when he gets to mess with it, which will most likely. This possibly will be a spoiler for next week.
BTBLI.
I've got Fans Toys Ultra Magnus coming my way.
You can do it, BC. You got this. You got
Dude, I'm giving you permission. Smack me, motherfucker.
Will it count again? Will it count against me? Will it count against me?
I'm giving him permission. I'm not going to let it count.
I mean, if he's not going to let it count, then, and technically there isn't a rule against this in the contract. I mean, I'll look away.
You motherfucker.
I know.
Like, Battlehorn is speaking the truth there. Hi, Bricks.
You're late.
Bricks might have just saved you, Robuco. Bricks looks so tired.
I am tired.
He looks exhausted.
So Robuco, I just saw the cutest thing.
Guys, hold up. You okay?
Yeah.
Well, okay. You seem a little off.
You
I'm
sick?
tired.
Okay.
So Robuco, you remember that bumblebee that you got, Little Dreamer?
Yes.
He just carried it to bed. And he doesn't feel good. He has
Man did
feedback.
have a day.
Guess I'll go carry mine into bed now.
No, he got him like a plushie one. It's really cute. So
Breximus, what's your toy pick of the
I
week?
guess you're right. A hard plastic one doesn't work, does it?
Brex, we need your figure appreciation of the week.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't
What do you
know?
mean you don't know? This is bullshit.
That's
Woke up
bullshit.
like 5 minutes ago.
I don't give a shit. No.
Guess I'll just pick the
Go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Pick.
it's the original studio series Bumblebee movie Bumblebee. This figure has a very
Give me a
special
trash
meaning
can?
to me.
Don't
BC.
throw up on me.
BC, I don't want to hear it from you. Shut up.
I'm gonna try, Dreamer. I'm gonna. Oh.
Oh.
At least you puked on him and not me.
This was one of my first figures I ever got when getting back into collecting.
It was fine for the time.
I still remember when I found mine.
Yes. Everybody point at him.
And then there's Bricks who's like pointing at himself.
I don't want to hear it. I'm not going
You're gonna hear
Oh, you're
it.
giving him some attitude, man. That's like That's the
No.
attitude I've heard all day.
You're gonna hear it, Bricks, because that toy is awesome.
No.
Rick, so you want to hear the story about how I got mine?
No, not really. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So basically, me and Boss Monkey here were out hunting one day, and that was one of the figures that we were looking for me. We come across it. I see it on the shelf, grab it. I just walk right by, and he's not even in the Transformers aisle.
He went there, picked it up off the shelf, said, "We're done," and just took off. I literally just got there, and I was gonna look around for some stuff for myself. He just takes off. I'm sitting there like dumbfounded, like what just happened?
Everything.
What just happened? He turns around the corner, looks at me like, "You coming?" And I'm like, Nah, you good. Just keep going. Just keep going. You got it. You good. Just keep going."
Well, fine. If you don't, what if this was my toy pick of the week? I'm just kidding.
Don't you puke on me. Don't you puke on me. Don't you dare. I have been puked on by a toddler. That was traumatic enough. Thank you.
Well, this one will make Rabuko puke.
No, better one. World War II Bumblebee.
Bungle.
Same old.
I mostly just bought World War II Bumblebee for the novelty of the figure, not the quality.
Honestly, yeah, same.
So, I mean, which actually is the same reason why I bought this figure, is more so for the novelty than the actual
Figure
toy.
itself.
Yeah.
Plus, I was one of the first people to get a review out on it, so. And of course, the review was conclusive that it was a little piece of shite. But yeah, the reason why that deluxe Bumblebee means a lot to me is because it basically is like the beginning of my collector journey when I got back into Transformers. And so it's like,
It's got that sentimental value to it.
because it was the Bumblebee movie that got me back into Transformers again, like really, really hard. And
that was the first figure that
was the physical embodiment of all of that put together.
Mhm.
The success of the movie itself, my collecting ambition, and just all that together just kind of forms into that figure. And so that's why it's like, even though I do plan on buying that new remake one they have coming out later this year, I'm still gonna keep that one and the new one.
So Rabuko, are you enjoying your book?
Yes, I am.
The fact that you're going to go buy 4 more books by this author, I'm so proud.
Mhm.
So proud.
Hopefully they're still there now. Hopefully.
They should be.
Yeah. So, Bricks,
Hmm?
you want to see a 3D printed add-on kit for Armada Galvatron?
Sure.
It's basically Tidal Wave. The only thing it can't do is form its own robot mode.
Why not just buy Tidal Wave?
I don't have the space for a $200 figure.
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, I know.
Good.
I think I shocked these two with my book of the week.
I also got a book.
Did you? Is it a textbook?
Comic book.
Oh, you needed pictures.
Huh?
You needed pictures. Do you not read novels?
Oh, I read novels. It's just been a minute.
It's okay.
It's okay.
He's getting there. It's progress, which is good.
I've read The Hobbit 6 times.
I mean, that is impressive. I'm reading a
Hang on, I
romance
actually
novel
did
right
get
now.
some books. I'll be back.
I mean, considering that's my genre right now. I think we killed everybody. Ruh-roh.
Hi.
I actually did get these recently.
Nice.
Ooh.
But
This
yeah,
is
so
the
Briggs,
world is
Tolkien encyclopedias.
oh,
so Briggs, I'm reading a romance book.
I'm just kidding.
See, I don't read all mystery where people die. Okay?
Also, the encyclopedias have leather covers.
That's
Ooh.
fancy.
Yeah, there's the Dictionary of Tolkien, the Atlas of Tolkien, the Battles of Tolkien, the Heroes of Tolkien, the Dark Powers of Tolkien, the Hobbits of Tolkien, and the Ring Legends of Tolkien.
Beanie's like, I need those.
Bing.
don't you dare.
Ironically enough,
Disappointing.
the one about the Hobbits is the smallest in the set.
You can use it to plan world domination.
Like I'm actually not joking. The yellow one is the Hobbit one. You can tell it's the smallest of all of them.
Mm.
But yeah. So I do actually have real book literature.
I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
Why do I still sense sarcasm in your tone?
This dreamer.
That motherly sarcasm.
I mean, you're the one who thinks that all I read is about, killing and, just, killing people.
Well, and romance.
I mean, I like romance.
My
Sometimes
mom
you
reads
just need
romance.
sometimes you just need a palate cleanser.
Mm-hmm.
I need a literal palate cleanser. So I'm hungry right now.
Then go get some Wendy's.
No.
That's a good one. Series of Unfortunate Events and Percy Jackson. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good ones.
I used to read the Percy Jackson series a long time ago.
Series of Unfortunate Events has been around for a hot minute.
All right. Well, I think it is time to bring the episode to a close.
The pretty bow.
I was just the post-credit scene at the end.
Well, yeah, because you were so late.
Yeah, man. Geez, why were you so late?
I'm going to be honest with you. I worked out today. I did homework.
What?
And I was so tired. I sat down on my bed to watch a show. And then I just absolutely don't remember anything I watched. I absolutely fell asleep immediately. And I only
I've had those days.
Me too.
No jokes, Bricks. I was basically like that almost all day until we started this.
I've had those days.
It's because it's because my sleep schedule has been out of whack lately.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I started up my new college semester, I've been doing homework stuff like late at night, trying to get it in on time. And so I've been staying up at like 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. And so it's been messing up my sleep schedule, and I've been sleeping more often during the day.
It gets better, Bricks. I'll tell you that.
So being late was no fault of but my own.
So with all that said, I think we're going to go ahead and call it here. So let's go ahead and get into the what next week looking like. So the topic. I apologize if there's any misspellings.
Close enough.
Collectible prerequisites.
I know a lot about prerequisites.
And scrap battle. Next week's scrap battle.
A new challenger approaches.
By the way, Brick's Wolverine won.
Cool. King Ghidorah versus Cthulhu.
Fuck you, Woody. Fuck you, Woody. We're gonna do this again.
I hope Woody is on the next Scrapyard.
Oh, and just so we're clear, everybody, bringing on Crump and Muncher is my idea.
This was 100% his idea.
Oh, look, Scooby Doo versus Voldemort.
Battle Hornet just put in the comments: Scooby Doo versus Voldemort.
What's funny is that the next episode comes out the day before BC is free from the challenge.
Avada Kedavra, Raggy.
Oh, I cannot wait for February. No particular reason why.
I'll probably be asleep in February.
Yeah, because you're
All of February?
Yeah, so I'll be drying my tears.
Yeah, but then after that, after we do King Ghidorah versus Cthulhu, I'm going to go ahead and announce at least this before we go ahead and officially hop on out of here. It is going to be another Battle Royale. So with that said, everybody, thank you for your time. I appreciate everybody who comes into the comment section as always. Tune in next week as we're about to have some serious fun. And unfortunately, since Savage isn't here, yeah, we have a Discord server. So as soon as I get with him, I'm gonna have him, like, as soon as the episode goes up, I'm gonna have him post something in the comment section of that. Either that, or I'll just have him grab the link, give it to me, and then I'll put it in the description, and you guys can come by. So with all that said, guys, I've taken up enough of your time, and we as a whole have taken up enough of your time. I've been BC.
Robuco.
Dreamer Girl.
Exodus Prime.
We'll get you guys next week. Yeah.